Okay, tomorrow is the start of Subito a Pico Valletta, which will start about 200 meters from here, and I cannot wait. It's my favorite race. It's the race that got me into ultra running, got me obsessed with ultra running, and it led me essentially onto a professional career for the last 13 years, which has been incredible. I was just thinking about training has not gone perfectly, and that will always be the case within your career or within your hobby. Running, when you're running and you're trying to aim high for something, it will always be the case that not everything is perfect. I usually try to get fit and then put 12 weeks together, and 10 of those weeks are super specific towards the race, and that means like 10 interval sessions, 10 long runs, and I always say if I can get 80% of those right, I'm good to run a PB, or I'm good to win the race, or whatever that my objective might be. But what about when you're not ready? And what about when you've already signed up, you've already booked your flights, your hotel, and everything's already booked for you? You still got a race and you still want to get the best out of yourself. The mindset has to change. And so for the last 4 or 5 days since I've been here, 3-4 days, it's been a holiday. I've been back in Granada. I've been back in the place where I love, and I absolutely love it. It's been brilliant. It's been seeing places that I fell in love with 10 years ago, a long time ago, and kind of revisiting that is it's just been incredible. But then you need to flip your mindset, and you need to kind of get into what people say beast mode, but essentially it means that you have to be a killer. And you have to want it more than everybody else. In order to try to win the race tomorrow, I have to want it more than everybody else. And that's the brilliant thing about distance running. It's the brilliant thing about endurance sport. You don't need to be the most talented. You need to want it more than everybody else. And that's in the training, that's in the race, and specifically tomorrow in the race. Like, I feel I'm probably at about 40% of my capacity, so I feel as I've got a long way to go, and that's exciting for me. But in the meantime, I still need to race, and I still need to grind results out. So how do you do that when you're not feeling great? For me, it's like one question on the start line: how much do you want it? That's the line from an Oasis song, Supersonic. But how much do you want it? And it's like, this is what you signed up for. Not a few months ago when I signed up for the race, not when I got the invitation, but when I signed up to pursue this path, this career, this life. That's what I signed up for. This is what you're built to do. This is what you're training to do. And whether you're training and it's your first marathon you're racing for, or whether you're trying to win the race, it doesn't matter. That's what you're committed to do. So leave with a result. Get it done. Be the person that grabs something and it's a safe pair of hands and gets it done. So there'll be a point tomorrow where you cannot escape that competitive spirit. So I'll start slow, I'll test my calf, see how it's feeling, and then there'll be a point where hopefully I can push, and I can push more and more and more, and I can go with the leaders, and then hopefully there's a point where I can attack. And we'll see how all that feels and how all it plays. And there'll be a plan A, there'll be a plan B, there'll be a plan D, all the way to Z. It literally will be like that, exactly the same as it was last night when I was trying to find dinner at 8 o'clock at night, which in Spain is a nightmare. But you've got to try to get the best possible result you can do on that day, no matter where, no matter what the circumstances, and no matter what has been laid out in front of you. And when I look back on my career and the wins and the high places, my best or proudest moments have always been not when it's been going easy and everything's just gone to plan and I finished strong and it's great and everything's gone smoothly. My best and proudest moments have always been when I was completely dead an hour from the finish line, yet I still managed to pull it out of the bag. And I think it's at that moment when you feel as if you're dead, you've not hit your nutrition right, maybe your stomach wasn't playing ball that day, something's going on with your legs, whatever, you're starting to cramp, yet you still manage. And that's where you find out who you really are. You still manage to pull something out of the bag, and you still manage to get the job done, complete the race or win the race, whatever it is your objective. But those are my proudest moments, when I've been dead an hour from the finish, or even more. I can remember a race in Seville when I was 4 hours in with 2 hours to go and I had nothing. And it was a case of drink as much as you can, piss as much as you can, and then get the job done. And that's what happened, and those are the proudest moments. So I guess what I'm trying to say is make sure you get the job done.